Right over there on the right, those are the father David deer we were talking about earlier. There was only 16 at one point. We started off with about 10 here, and now we have the largest herd in North America. We're kind of proud of that. The guy over there, you can see his big rack. That's one of the males. Now, father David deer's antlers are actually pretty interesting though. They're the second fastest growing tissue in the world, second only to human cancer tissue. They grow 7/10 of an inch every single day. You can actually watch it grow.
Hey, we got a deer in the water, swimming in the water. Something big.
There's a few of them.
I'm
Look
talking.
over there said buffalo.
I'm talking submerged, just hair sticking up.
Look at it running across the water, through the water.
Look at that. That is neat. Is that ostrich albino?
If there's anything wrong with any of their babies, she's actually going to get all her girlfriends together and they chase down the daddy Rhea until he falls out from exhaustion. Then they pluck out all of his tail feathers. That's a sign to all the other ladies that he's a bad daddy, so he's lonely for about 2 years.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is another really cool thing about the father David deer males. These holes that you've been seeing, they have really deep holes. They're like 6 feet sometimes. These father David deer actually dig these holes themselves with their antlers and their hooves. They wait for them to fill with rainwater, then they have their own little private pool. They actually originally started doing it because their natural predators are alligators, so they would come out of the little lakes and ponds. They would build their own little lakes and ponds. Just asked how large our center is. We actually have 900 acres here that the animals roam on. We have an extra 260 acres back there. You can actually see a fence back there. There's an extra 260 acres back there that we just use to bale hay for the winter time right now. The overpopulation isn't a problem. We only have about 4,000 animals, 900 acres. It's not very populated.
What's that?
Our two most populous animals out here are these Indian black buck we were talking about earlier, and then the fallow deer. All these little deer walking around. They're following us the whole tour called fallow deer. Y'all, I wish the zebra were nicer so we could feed and pet those guys, because they're actually pretty cool animals. They're our fastest animal out here. They run about 45 miles an hour. They're actually the only member of the horse family that's never been domesticated. You cannot ride a zebra. You ever see anybody riding a zebra in a movie? Like Swiss Family Robinson? Have y'all ever seen that? I was actually just a horse with a really nice paint job.
supposed to feed the zebras. Yeah, you're still feeding them though.
Alright, y'all, we're coming up on our cattle. Now, they have two very important rules about these cattle, so everybody listen up real quick. First of all, when those cattle come up, please do not feed them out of the doorways, the doors that you got onto the wagon. We actually had one bull get his horn stuck in the doorway for an hour and a half. We actually had to cut the wagons open and re-weld them. That was not very cool. It's this big orange guy laying down over here. His name's Norman. So please don't feed him out of the doorways. Second of all, most important rule. If you happen to get slobbered on by any of these cattle, okay, don't wipe the slobber on me or my seat. Wipe it on the person next to you. What these cows are going to do is they're going to walk up and stick their head right up in the air and let their tongue hang out of their mouth. You can pour as much feed as you want down their throat. They actually swallow their food whole, and they have 4 different stomachs, so they're never going to get full. They actually regurgitate it later and chew on it later.
It's like this thing, you open it this way with a little drawer. Those pins used to be in there. I don't know if you still have them.
Can you hand feed the cattle?
You could drop it in their mouth, but it would be almost impossible. You just kind of like look at it.
Did you say the antelope? He's saying you could drop it into their mouth, but if you can't hand feed it.
Someone asked if you could hand feed the cattle. You'll understand when they get up here and they stick their heads up in the air, but if you stick your hand out, they're not going to lick it out. Yeah, but you could drop it in their mouth with your hands. They won't hurt you. They don't even have any teeth.
They're not going to get it out of the ground.
That is weird cartilage stuff, but they don't have any teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Look at the size of that tongue.
Come on over here, big boy. There you go. There you go. Oh.
Why, Julie, you almost get your head knocked off of that thing. Watch your head, get in. That thing almost hit you in the eye. To kill you.
What you got, buddy? What you got, buddy? Oh. You got a little bit?
Eva, why don't you use your right hand? Thank you. Well.
Watch those horns, Julie.
There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. Oh, you're the stinky one. Oh, you're a stinky boy.
I want to take a picture and point it in his mouth.
Look at that big old horsefly on his back. Look how big. Look at that big old horsefly on his back.
He's feeding him too.
See, he's trying to hit with his horn. Look, on his back. Look. He got
Got him, too.
There he is. There he is. Ooh, Dallas, that was good. You're right here.
So I get some to the other one now?
I'll go.
No, mine's not over. Can I go over to the other one?
Look, his tail swapped it off. Julie, watch, his tail even swaps it off. Watch. Watch the horns.
Oh, for being a scaredy cat. That's my big boy.
There's that big tongue.
Is that fly bothering you? Good God.
Ooh.
He's trying to get the bug off.
Watch your head. There's some tongue action. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's not just right there. Come on. Come on over here, big boy.
No, not there. He said. You can't look there.